Debbie. I'm going to read another book to our kids from Pioneer. I wish we could all be together at school, but right now it's more safe to stay home. And so I hope you're having good days and that we'll all see each other soon. Today's book is Corduroy. It's by Don Freeman. Story and pictures are by Don Freeman. He's very talented. Corduroy is a bear who once lived in the toy department of a big store. Day after day, he waited with all the other animals and dolls for someone to come along and take him home. Let's look at the pictures. There he is with all the other toys. The store was always filled with shoppers buying all sorts of things, but no one ever seemed to want a small bear in green overalls. There he is. Then, one morning, a little girl stopped and looked straight into Corduroy's bright eyes. "Oh, Mommy," she said, "look, there's the very bear I've always wanted." "Not today, dear," her mother sighed. "I've spent too much already. Besides, he doesn't look new. He's lost a button to one of his shoulder straps." Oh, she's right. He doesn't have a button. Corduroy watched them sadly as they walked away. Oh, he's so sad. "I didn't know I'd lost a button," he said to himself. "Tonight, I'll go and see if I can find it." There's his missing button. Late that evening, when all the shoppers had gone and the doors were shut and locked, Corduroy climbed carefully down from his shelf and began searching everywhere for his button. He's looking everywhere. Suddenly, he felt the floor moving under him. Quite by accident, he had stepped onto an escalator, and up he went. Oh my gosh! Could this be a mountain? He wondered. He's so silly. "I think I've always wanted to climb a mountain." He stepped off the escalator as it reached the next floor, and there before his eyes was a most amazing sight. Tables and chairs and lamps and sofas and rows of beds. "This must be a palace," Corduroy gasped. "I've always wanted to live in a palace." He wandered around admiring the furniture. "This must be a bed," he said. "I've always wanted to sleep in a bed." And up he crawled onto a large, thick mattress. All at once, he saw something small and round. "Why, here's my button," he cried, and he tried to pick it up. But like all the other buttons on the mattress, it was tied down tight. It wasn't really his button. He yanked and pulled with both paws, and pop! Off came the button. And off of the mattress went Corduroy. Bang! Into a tall floor lamp. Over it fell with a big giant crash. Corduroy didn't know it, but there was someone else awake in the store. The night watchman was going his rounds on the floor above. When he heard the crash, he came dashing down the escalator. "Now, who in the world did that?" he exclaimed. "Somebody must be hiding around here." He flashed his light under and over all the sofas and beds until he came to one of the biggest beds of all. And there he saw two fuzzy brown ears sticking up from under the cover. Oh, look, there he is. Do you think that's Corduroy? Hello, he said. How did you get up here? Do you think he knows that Corduroy knocked over that lamp? I don't think so. The watchman tucked Corduroy under his arm and carried him down the escalator and set him on the shelf in the toy department with the other animals and dolls. Corduroy was just waking up when the first customers came into the store in the morning. And there, looking at him with a wide, warm smile, was the same little girl he'd seen only the day before. Oh, she came back! Isn't that wonderful? She came back. I'm Lisa, she said, and you're going to be my very own bear. Last night I counted what I've saved in my piggy bank, and my mother said I could bring you home. Aww. Corduroy, whoops, we missed a page. Sometimes the pages get stuck together. Shall I put him in a box for you? The sales lady asked. Oh, no, thank you, Lisa answered, and she carried Corduroy home in her arms. She ran all the way up 4 flights of stairs into her family's apartment and straight into her own room. Here she goes, running up the stairs. Corduroy blinked. There was a chair and a chest of drawers, and alongside a girl-sized bed stood a little bed just right for him. The room was small, nothing like that enormous palace in the department store. This must be home, he said. I know, I've always wanted a home. Lisa sat down with Corduroy on her lap and began to sew a button on his overalls. I like you the way you are, she said, but you'll be more comfortable with your shoulder strap fastened. Aw, she's taking good care of him. You must be a friend, said Corduroy. I've always wanted a friend. Me too, said Lisa, and gave him a big hug. That was a wonderful story. It was all about adventures and finding a friend. I hope you guys are all doing well and that you know that we miss you and we hope to see you soon. Be good.